formally, I started at about age 4 and 5. My mother was a good pianist, and it was about 8 or 9 when I formally took lessons with a music teacher, and I continued until I was about age 15. I went back to that teacher in my 20s, and I did 2 qualifications with him, and an associate and a licentiate in music. I really was at a crossroads in my employment, and I thought, what do I really want to do? I thought social work would be a good one. I started on a degree at uni. I took a music unit. Well, I loved the music unit so much, I ended up majoring in music and then getting a job after a few years experience. I did go away in 1954, the year that Bethanie opened the Juindana. I went with the YAL on a concert tour, and along with me was Ashley Arbuckle, who was a child prodigy violinist, and we still meet today, 70 years later. I was privileged to open the Billy Graham Crusade in 1959. I was the pianist that handed over to Ted Smith, who was the Billy Graham pianist. We just did a bit of music beforehand. Juindana opened in 1955. I can remember in those days, the volunteering in Bethanie didn't exist. There's only one home. The church ministers in the surrounding suburbs went and took services there. And I remember playing for several of those services when I was age 16. That was my first encounter with Bethanie. And it wasn't until 1980, when Warwick was built, Bethanie appointed the first chaplain. It was after the chaplains were appointed, they seemed to recruit more people to help with services. Volunteering became a more popular thing from then on. Well, we grew up attending the same church, Inglewood Church of Christ. We went to Sunday school there. Our parents attended. Beryl Hancock and Ron Hancock. From about age 7 to 16 onwards, we knew that we were meant for each other. We got married in 1958. This year we'll be celebrating our 67th wedding anniversary. It was so good to have common values. We linked in just like a crossword puzzle. At age 16, I think Beryl's grandma on the Peacock side met us. I was there, and our grandparents go back into the early Churches of Christ history, so she knew them, and I think we got the seal of approval at age 16. Beryl and I have been volunteering for 65 years. It hasn't been regular because in the early days there was only one residence. But as the years progressed, we became a team, and although Beryl didn't play an instrument, I was playing the piano for services and sing-alongs at Carinia when it first opened, and their Christmas services. More recently, I've been at this site at Kingsley for the last 10 years, and I've played piano at every suburban Bethanie site currently in some form or another over the last 20 years. We were employed by Warwick Church of Christ as pastoral carers for a year. That seemed to be our psyche, our forte, talking to people, encouraging them and showing our love to them. Music is like a language, and you speak it through emotions, through compassion, through expression, and you do that in such a way that you speak to the people who are singing or listening and together you form a unity with the people. It's really a conversation with you and the audience. The closer you can get to their heart and their spirit, you know then you've succeeded in giving those people a better day. And when I'm playing and the people are singing their hearts out, it's a really transformative thing to do that. So I love it, and I praise God that I've been given this gift to utilise in such a wonderful way. I always encourage parents to try their children on music, anything at school, any instrument, because if they are gifted in that area, they've got it for life. I'm 86, I'm nearly 87. I'll be playing into my 90s. It's a wonderful thing. Music is a gift given by God to celebrate life. All songs have a message, and that message can sometimes be about death, life, relationships, compassion. It covers all aspects, emotional aspects of living. And I utilise those opportunities. At the end of singing certain lines, I'll say to people, now that shows such and such. I think that it enables you to ask questions, put out challenges, and people ask you about things too. I mean, Danny Boy, we know the first verse, but the second and third verses are about standing on your partner's grave and she's talking to you. It's a highly emotional song, and they love, particularly some people who come from Ireland, love singing that song. So that sums up the value of songs, even modern songs. There's a message in there, and you can utilise that. Look, there's so many. When people come up to you afterwards and thank you, that's a wonderful thing. I never leave without looking around the room and look for needy people. And if there is a need there, I will sit with that person. At the end of life stage, it's even more important to hold their hand, look into their eyes if you can, because the eyes are the window to your heart and to your soul, and say a prayer with them. It's uplifting, but it's got a sadness associated with it. You know that you've had an impact on that person. When you're a Christian, you've given your life to service of God, and you therefore, it's different stages, but you continue to serve God in whatever way you feel. As you get older, especially nearing retirement, you have more time and opportunity to speak and to be God's witnesses in this world. I have a motto called "Talk to Strangers." I know there's a stranger danger thing in the world today, but unless you talk to strangers, you'll never develop a caring and passionate side of your life. You have to know, and especially in volunteering, you have to know how to talk to strangers and how to listen to their story and be friendly. I often sit with people I don't know in a shopping centre, having lunch. It's wonderful what opportunities arise from just doing that. And I think that's the essence and secret of volunteering. You have to be prepared to give yourself to the other person, and then, having done that, you listen to their story. That's been both of Beryl and I's motto. If we all did that, there wouldn't be so much trouble and violence in this world. So that's my feelings about our God-given gift. You can gain an understanding of a person's circumstance today by listening to what they've done in the past. And there's some very rich experiences that I listen to. The reason we volunteer is to enrich our lives and enrich the lives of others. And you do that through what we call the fruit of the Spirit, which are and include patience and kindness. People slow down in their speech as we get older. You have to not jump in all the time. Have to be patient. If you demonstrate those in your life, people will see that you're living out the Christian faith. And by talking with them and listening to their stories, you can both appreciate each other. There's no discrimination. We're equal in God's eyes. We're equal in our conversations together. And that's the purpose of volunteering. There are so many special ones. Every moment is special. Once I start playing the piano, it all changes. You find that the gift is God-given opens up the doors to the people every time. It's just lovely to start playing the piano and people sing. They know the words already. That's my joy, to witness that every time I volunteer. I think I've got in my mind a number that we sing regularly. Daddy Boy is one. There's I Still Call Australia Home. Count Your Blessings. Jesus Loves Me. Edelweiss. What a Wonderful World. They're all emotional charged songs, and I think they are some of the most requested songs. She has two favourite songs of mine, What a Friend We Have in Jesus and Count Your Blessings. Two, I jazz them up a bit. I like jazzing up hymns, and the people love listening to the jazz versions. So that is an extra string to my bow. Gospel, blues type music somehow gets inside you and speaks to your soul and heart. Often classical music does it to the brain, but this does it to your heart if you can incorporate a bit of gospel, blues type playing. I volunteered for the local primary school and I did a similar jingle to this one because my three grandchildren were in the school choir. I played for the school choir at Marmion Primary School for 8 years, and I wrote this jingle for them. I've modified it to suit Bethany and include things like the Bethany staff, the volunteers and the chaplains, because they're most important. And that's one of the things I love about Bethany. There's chaplains on every site, and that is a plus in my book. So it's really a Bethany jingle, which I wrote in 2021. COVID hit. I couldn't record it with Bethany. It's never been recorded. So this would be the first time it's been officially recorded. I've done it on my phone. Jingle has to be concise and short and get the point over. And that's what I've tried to do with this.
I've worked at Kingsley just over 4 years now, and when I first came I met Beryl and Ron, and they used to come in and still do chaplain's chat, and it's been great because they're very dedicated, they're very consistent, reliable, and the residents just love it. The whole chaplain chat process, as well as Ron and Beryl, because they've got to know them really well. And the celebrations that we've had around Volunteers Day, etc., we've usually had both of them here, and definitely Ron. And plus he's turned up when the chaplain's been unable to come in and do her work for whatever reason. He has actually filled in, so he's been fantastic. He's done a really great job at Kingsley and he's very much appreciated. We have in excess of 20 residents turn up for chaplain's chat out of 37. And they love it at two levels. Number one is the music and the sing-along, because they do hymns as well as other songs in the session, plus they really, really enjoy communion. So it's actually a very successful activity here. And let's face it, I think for all of us, music lifts our mood and makes us feel very happy, jolly, and get on with the day in a really good frame of mind. And because it's at 11 o'clock in the morning, they love it. The rest of the day is set up for them.
All of our volunteers make a huge impact on everyone, and each volunteer brings a different skill set with them. And with Ron, the magic of music is just perfect. Everybody here loves to have a live music performance, and he can just rattle off any sort of song at a moment's notice. He is just incredible, and so nice having him around. He's just so friendly. Christmas time, he does the Christmas carols. Australia Day, he's doing that side of things. It's just, he's just incredible. He's so clever on the piano, and just everyone loves him.
I think Ron and Beryl's dedication to Bethanie and that role of volunteering really speaks of something of the heart. They're people that are not wanting to do something for the benefit of self-gain. They're not wanting, money or accolades or any thank yous as such. They really are people that serve from the hearts. They're people that want to give and give generously. They're people that want to bring joy to the lives of other people. And I think they've found something that they can bring genuinely and uniquely, and that's through time, listening ears, I think a bit of humour, and of course music. And I think Ron, in giving his time with music, is someone that absolutely provides not just a tool, but an environment, an atmosphere, a space where people can come and experience that joy, be connected to something that's very, very special to them that they couldn't otherwise speak about.
Bethanie Aged Care Homes. Bethanie Aged Care Homes. We're all friends together, sharing our love and our lives. It's the staff, volunteers and chaplains to give us a reason to thrive. We are B-E-T-H-A-N-I-E. We are B-E-T-H-A-N-I-E. We are B-E-T-H-A-N-I-E. Bethanie Aged Care Homes. Oh yeah. Danny boy.
The pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside.
sunshine away. As I lay sleeping, in my arms, and then with how clear I was mistaken, and I held my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when there's a break. You better know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Give yourself a good hand. Bethanie Aged Care Homes. Oh yeah.